I came to Willow Grove when I was a little kid for like 1 year. I came with my friend, and I went to Sunday school. And I got this Bible. Then I stopped going. I was raised in the house, in my home as, you know, an atheist. My parents didn't believe in God. My mother did a little bit. My father didn't at all. And so the church experience really didn't have that much of an impact on me as a child. But I met and got to know the pastor, the founding pastor, Julian Alexander, when I was a little kid. And also at that time, I became, one of the people that came into my life was Henry. Now, Henry's daughter and I went to high school together. Her name is Patty, and we were in some classes together, and I knew her from my previous experience at Willow Grove. And I got to know Henry, and he and his wife invited me over to their house, and they made their house open. I could go over there anytime. And Henry was the person that really was kind of my spiritual father. Now, my own experience with my own father was a very difficult experience as a child. He didn't support me as a musician at all. There was a lot of conflict. And so, particularly as a teenager, I mean, I really didn't have his support in any of that. And that was one of the major points of contention between him and I. Henry was someone who would come along and kind of fill the gap there, even though I didn't know what was happening. You don't know these things as you're going through them. You see them in retrospect in your life. Well, I was surrounded by people who were very supportive and very loving, the people at Willow Grove. And that just drew me to that place, the pastor, the other people there. I mean, Willow Grove was a huge church back in those days. I mean, in the 1960s and 70s, you know, going to church was a thing that a lot of people did. So we had about 300 or 400 members back then. And the choir had like 25, 30 people. You know, it's incredible. I got to know a lot of people, and I went to Bible studies taught by the pastor. I went to small groups. So God was working through that whole experience, and we had a very special weekend in the 70s called the Lay Witness Weekend, which really impacted the church tremendously. The music you hear on that video that I played for you before, that's where my real soul is. That's the music I'm called to play, perform, and to bring out. That's where I feel the most, that's where I feel God the most when I'm doing that. The classical repertoire. To me, God infuses His Spirit into these composers, and to be part of that process, there are no words to describe that. It's very difficult to put that into words. It's not a job. It's a passion. It's a vocation. That's the journey. To journey in God, to journey together as a church, to journey with your brothers and sisters in Christ, to go through the struggles together and to stay on that journey. We are all on that journey. We're still on that journey. And that journey just continually takes us onward and manifests itself in different ways, but we're all on the road. If everybody comes to church and has that idea, that we're here to serve the Lord, and it's okay if we don't like this hymn or we like that, those are the little things. But the main thing is we're here for God's mission of the church. We're here to serve the Lord, period. This journey is exciting. I get up every Sunday morning, and sometimes I'm tired, but, and I know that it's my job to be there, but even if it wasn't, I would be there. This is the journey. I'm excited to be here. We should all be excited about being here, being on this journey. This is the journey that God has called us on, and when we walk it together. To me, one of the most important things is family. And Willow Grove is my family. I love it.